I started to make a video in the middle of the park. And it wasn't bad, but it felt like every other video I make, you know? Then I wonder, am I getting tired of my own message? And I think I am. I think I get tired of preaching the same thing. But the question is, why? Because there's always multiple ways to look at the same thing. There's always more than one way to see something, right? So, this one concept that I'm always preaching about gets tested in my own life constantly. The more that I speak about a subject, and it could be anything. I could be talking about creativity. I could be talking about trusting, or any other topics that I bring up in this channel. It just so happens that right after the videos, I then have to apply exactly what it is that I preach, because somehow something comes up and it's a constant work for me. So today, I didn't really feel like making a video. I felt like I wanted some space for myself, and I already did that. I created space. I went to the park, walked, sat out in front of the lake, and I had a good time. I journaled. I connected to myself. It's really just about relaxing the nervous system and just being grateful, because I feel gratitude really allows for connection. Oh, what a cute squirrel. I feel that gratitude really is something that helps us to stay positive, to stay in a mind state of beautiful cat. Lots of activity in this Seattle neighborhood. Beautiful home. And I think I've trained myself to be in gratitude so much that I don't even think about it. But it is conscious. It is conscious. I consciously, at times when I journal, I don't make the typical gratitude list per se, as people say do. But I'll journal. And I'll do it in a way that is from a gratitude perspective, not from a this is what's happening perspective. Because I feel when you just say what is happening in your life, you're just kind of maintaining the frequency of what is. But when you start telling a different narrative, the energy shifts. So now when I journal, I do it from that place of gratitude, of fulfillment, of everything that I really am grateful for, and just all the good things. And it really soaks into my body when I do it. And if you do it every day, I try to do it every day, it really becomes like you're co-creating your life in a more conscious way, rather than letting things just be by chance, right? Hang on, let me double check I'm going the right way. Yeah. So, and I'm going uphill, guys, in case like you hear me like tired. I walk 30 minutes here, I'm walking 30 minutes back. It's been really good to walk a lot here. Really, really good. Getting all my steps. Feeling really active. It's been nice. So, back to journaling and being more conscious of the life that we're creating. Because whether we realize it or not, we're always creating, right? The key is to be a more conscious creator rather than a let's see what happens creator, or a non-trusting creator, right? Because we're all playing this role, we're all creators. But what kind of creator are you choosing to be? Whether you realize it or not, it's at play. We're all doing it. So it's like, what is the narrative you're saying about your story? About your reality? Because that's how you're shaping your life, is how you're speaking about your life. And so for me, journaling, it's such a good tool because it helps shift that narrative. And literally you can see it on paper. And something about writing that really heals and like nourishes me. And even if you don't have a pen and paper at the time or whatever, just get out your phone and like connect with how you're feeling, and then sort of shift the feeling into what it is that you actually want. Let's say you're not feeling great, right? But you want to feel better. So it's like, how do you connect with the part of you that's already feeling good? Right? That's the way to journal. That's the way to like make a shift. That's the way to shift things around. And there's a time and place for journaling about how you feel. I'm all about processing our emotions and allowing things to come up, because I believe this is part of healing also. Absolutely. However, what I'm speaking about now is about wanting things to shift. If you're stuck in a place of things are not changing for you, and that's what I'm speaking about, becoming aware of the narratives that you're telling yourself. And a great way to do that is through journaling, through connecting, through how you're feeling. And after you feel what you're feeling, then change it. Don't just sit in that emotion. Sit for however long you need to release it, and then change the story. Don't just get stuck in like how you're feeling, that's all of you. Like, you're not your emotions. This is just a part of you. I used to get so stuck in like, well, since I'm not feeling up to par, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, even this video, I had to fight myself to make it because I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like making this video. And then I'm like, well, why am I even doing this? And then, I remember that if it reaches just 1 or 2, anyone that actually benefits from this message, I'm a happy gal. I'm happy with that, because I do believe that it's one of the reasons that I'm actually here, is to share this message from my perspective, right? Because everyone has different things to say, but this is me, Tati, Fruits of Living perspective. This is literally, guys, how I live my life. Of course I have challenges. I'm human just like you. But I'm honest about that. You know, I'm transparent about that. I hate, like, I used to watch all these videos and people like don't speak about the struggles. Just like, do this and you'll be good. No, like, you're gonna have challenges and your ego will fight for its life for you to stay in the old story, for you to stay in your old patterns, because it believes that it's keeping you safe, but really it's keeping you stuck. And so it does take a lot of awareness to move past these old stories that we tell ourselves, we brainwash ourselves with. Just like you told yourself that story that's no longer serving you, you could rewire it to a story that is serving you. And as silly or as silly as this sounds, as people like say it all the time, the only way to break through that is consistency. It is consistency. The only way for me to break through not wanting to make this video was to make the video. To go to the gym is to go to the gym. To do the things that you know are good for you. You have to move past those emotions. You can't live your life based off how you feel. And I did that for a long time. Like, I don't feel like doing it, I'm not gonna do it. No, there's a time and place for emotions and to feel them. Schedule out time to feel your emotions. Absolutely, I believe we all need to do that, because it's very important to connect with how we're feeling. And we're not trained to do that, you know? No one teaches us to do that. So we kind of like have to set time for that. But before your exam, your body's like, oh, I'm lazy, I don't feel like taking the exam. You know that's not right. You know that that emotion is not serving you, because you have to take that exam for whatever thing that you're doing, right? You know you have to do it. You know you have to study for it. You know you got to put in the work, and that you have to put forth the effort. Only through effort will you break through these patterns. It's not just manifesting, thinking. It's effort. It's will. I saw a home in this neighborhood, and it was $999,000. No, it was $999,995. I'm like, come on, at that point, just make it $1 million. So crazy. This neighborhood is very, very rich. Very rich neighborhood. It's just crazy, the prices for homes nowadays is just kind of ridiculous. It's just like, how is anyone ever to afford a home? Just a regular person living their life, you know, 9 to 5. Just a regular person like me and you. How are we ever supposed to own a home? It's kind of insane. Especially in a city, right? In a city that you like. It's just kind of crazy. So if you all want to join me in moving overseas, subscribe to this video. Hit the thumbs up. Because, man, That's looking like what the plan's gonna be after retirement. Actually, way before retirement. There's no way I'm gonna work all my life and wait to live my life. And this is one of the reasons I travel now. Oh, look at that. One of the reasons that I travel now, because I want to experience life in the best capacity that I can. And, you know, I'm a work remotely, and so I'm going to do that the best way I know how. And eventually, I'm going to get a community here, and we're going to take off, and we're going to go overseas. A bunch of spiritual people who are super conscious about the life they're creating, and that just want to be great and just enjoy life, man. It's not about the money. It's about richness. It's about richness in life. I remember that interview with Bob Marley, and they asked him, are you rich? And Bob says, when you say rich, what you mean? You mean money? Money make you rich? Nah, man, my richness is life. My richness is life. That's how I view it. In that sense, like, I'm all about the Rastafarian, the Buddhism, all the open religions that are just open about religion, man. Like, hate the one way of, like, this is God and, like, that's all it is. There's only one way of seeing religion. There's so many perspectives of how to view life, and we have to accept that all religions have a beautiful understanding behind them. So it's not one way, it's all the ways. And extracting the teachings, extracting from those teachings things that will make you a better person, not the other way around. Don't get hung up in the rules of you can't do this or you can't do that. I don't know. I don't really believe in that. And I know for some people that works, to follow certain rules to make their life more disciplined. And, you know, if that works for you, great. That just doesn't work for me. Anything that's too strict makes me really uncomfortable, because I am such a free-flowing, go with the flow type of person. Those things make me cringe. I think I was in a cult once, to be honest. It was a metaphysical cult, you know, even metaphysics, you know. I really think I was, you know. We were all super woke and spiritual and very kind to one another. But then there were certain things within that space that, like, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. And if you did, like, you felt bad about it and you felt like you were less spiritual. Now you're not as spiritual because you didn't meditate that day. And I'm like, that's not right. If I didn't feel like meditating that day, or for whatever reason, so now you're more spiritual than me, or I have to go back and read the other lesson, I can't advance the next lesson. I don't know. Silly sometimes. But I get it, there has to be rules in certain things in order for it to work. That's what schools are there for. Look at that, it's a pear tree. Let me turn it around. It's a pear. There's pears, and there's also an apple tree. There's lots of apple trees here. Lots of apple trees. And apparently the fall is not you know, like the fall and Eastern time places. Because sorry, I just had a thought come in my mind. Because obviously the environment and the atmosphere is different here, so the greenery is much different than the East Coast. That's pretty cool. Reminds me a lot of Denver, but it's much more lush. And no elevation, which is awesome. It's been great. Love that. It's been really nice. It's been very healing for me to be here. So anyways, guys, that's my rant today, and we'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll be making more content for you all. Blessings. See you all on the next one.